Here's something many dog owners don't realize. Not every powerful health booster comes in a bag of kibble. Yes, some human foods are dangerous for dogs and should never be shared. But some everyday foods already sitting in your kitchen can offer real targeted benefits when used safely and in the right amounts. That's what makes this topic so important. Because food is not just fuel. Food is information. It tells the body how to function, how to repair, how to fight inflammation, and even how to support the brain as your dog grows older. The right fresh foods can help strengthen joints, support digestion, improve skin and coat health, and give the nervous system better tools to stay balanced. In other words, a few smart additions to the bowl can do more than fill the stomach. They can quietly improve quality of life. And the best part is this doesn't have to be complicated. You do not need a trendy diet. You do not need expensive supplements for everything. And you definitely do not need to replace your dog's entire routine overnight. Sometimes the most useful changes are small. A spoonful here, a safe topper there, a simple ingredient added with purpose instead of guesswork. That's what this video is about. 10 common foods that may look ordinary to us, but can have very real effects inside your dog's body, from sharper brain function to better mobility and healthier aging. Because once you understand what certain foods actually do, feeding your dog becomes more than a routine. It becomes a practical way to care for their body every single day. When people think about helping a dog live longer and feel better, they often imagine expensive supplements, specialized food plans, or complicated routines. But sometimes, some of the most useful support starts with simple foods already sitting in your kitchen. And the real value is not in giving a dog human food just for fun. It is in choosing a few ingredients with purpose. Take blueberries, for example. They may look tiny, but inside the body they do something surprisingly powerful. Blueberries are rich in antioxidants, which help protect brain cells from age-related damage and reduce the effect of free radicals over time. For older dogs especially, that can mean better alertness, sharper attention, and a brain that stays more responsive as the years go on. For a medium-sized dog, even 4 or 5 fresh blueberries a day can be a practical, easy habit. Then there are eggs, which are almost like a quiet repair kit for the body. Eggs provide essential amino acids that help with muscle recovery, skin maintenance, and steady energy. And the yolk contains biotin, which supports the coat right at the root. So if a dog's fur looks dull, weak, or overly shed-prone, eggs can be one of the simplest ways to support healthier skin and hair from the inside out. The key is preparation. Eggs should be cooked, not raw, because raw whites can interfere with biotin absorption. One lightly scrambled egg 2 to 3 times a week is often enough for a medium dog. And then we come to sardines, which may be one of the most underrated foods of all. Sardines are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce inflammation throughout the body. That matters for joints, skin, heart health, and even brain function. The DHA in sardines is especially valuable for cognitive support, while the healthy fats also help build a thicker, shinier coat. The safest choice is sardines packed in water with no added salt. For a medium dog, one small fish 2 to 3 times a week can go a long way. And maybe that is the deeper lesson here. Better health does not always begin with a dramatic change. Sometimes it begins with one smart choice added to the bowl. A few blueberries, a cooked egg, a simple sardine. Small things, yes. But over time, small things are often what shape a stronger brain, a healthier body, and a dog who feels better from the inside out. Here's something a lot of dog owners don't realize: some of the best support for digestion does not come from fancy supplements. Sometimes it comes from simple foods used carefully at the right time and for the right reason. Take plain Greek yogurt. For some dogs, a small amount of plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt can be a helpful topper, because it may contain live cultures, and PetMD says it is usually the best yogurt option for dogs if they tolerate dairy. But that if matters. Many dogs struggle with lactose, so yogurt can also cause stomach upset in the wrong dog. And anything with added sugar sweeteners or xylitol is a hard no. PetMD. Then there is ginger, which is one of the most practical kitchen tools for mild nausea. AKC notes that ginger is commonly used for motion sickness and upset stomach in dogs. And small amounts of fresh or powdered ginger may help settle the digestive tract. So if your dog gets queasy in the car, a tiny pinch of fresh grated ginger mixed into food before the trip can be a smart, low-cost option. American Kennel Club. Pumpkin puree is probably the most versatile food on this list. PetMD explains that plain pumpkin can help with both mild diarrhea and mild constipation because of its fiber content. It can absorb extra water when stool is loose, but it can also add bulk when things are moving too slowly. The key is using plain 100% pumpkin, not pie filling. For many medium dogs, a couple tablespoons mixed into food is enough to make a difference. PetMD. And finally, coconut water. This is where a lot of people get overconfident. Yes, it contains electrolytes like potassium, but PetMD warns that coconut water is high in potassium and may cause problems for dogs with heart or kidney issues. There is also no good evidence that special electrolyte drinks work better than plain water for mild dehydration in dogs. So, if your dog is healthy, a little diluted coconut water once in a while may be okay, but it should never replace fresh water. And it is not a treatment for real illness. PetMD. So maybe that is the real lesson here. Better digestive support is not about giving more, it is about giving smarter. Plain yogurt for the right dog. Ginger before a car ride. Pumpkin when the stool is off. And with anything more serious, vomiting, severe diarrhea, weakness, or dehydration, the best kitchen remedy is still a phone call to your veterinarian. VCAHospitals.com. When we talk about helping a dog age well, most people think of medicine supplements or expensive specialty products. But sometimes a few simple foods can quietly support the body in powerful ways. Not as magic fixes and not as replacements for veterinary care, but as practical tools that can make everyday wellness easier to support. Take carrots, for example. A raw carrot does more than feel like a crunchy treat. That fibrous texture gives the teeth something to work on, which can help scrape away some surface buildup while your dog chews. At the same time, carrots provide beta-carotene, which the body uses to support vision, immune function, and healthy cell repair. For many medium-sized dogs, one raw medium carrot can be a simple, low-calorie option as long as your dog chews safely and doesn't try to swallow large chunks too quickly. Then there's turmeric, one of the most talked about anti-inflammatory foods for good reason. Its active compound curcumin has been studied for its role in helping the body manage inflammation, which is especially relevant for senior dogs who wake up stiff or move a little slower in the morning. But turmeric is not something you just sprinkle carelessly. It's commonly paired with a tiny pinch of black pepper to help the body absorb it better. And because not every dog tolerates spices the same way, it's smartest to start very small. And check with your vet if your dog has liver issues, gallbladder problems, or takes medication. And finally, bone broth. When it's made properly, it can be one of the gentlest foods you offer an older dog. Bone broth contains natural compounds like collagen, glucosamine, and chondroitin, which may help support joints and connective tissue. Just as importantly, it can make food more appealing for elderly dogs, picky eaters, or dogs recovering from illness. The key is safety. It should be homemade or dog safe, with no onions, no garlic, and no added salt. And maybe that's the bigger lesson here. Better long-term wellness doesn't always start with something dramatic. Sometimes it starts with one smarter choice in the bowl. A carrot, a little turmeric used correctly, a warm spoonful of broth. Small things, but over time, small things can help a dog move better, feel better, and age with more comfort. If this helped you, please like, subscribe, and share this video with another dog lover. And in the comments, tell me which of these foods has your dog already tried and which one are you most curious to add safely. In the end, the most important thing to remember is this: These foods are helpers, not replacements. A good, complete, balanced diet is still the foundation of your dog's health. Veterinary nutrition guidance is very clear that complete and balanced commercial diets are formulated to provide the nutrients a dog needs, and extra foods or toppers should stay a small portion of the total diet rather than becoming the main event. WSAVA guidance recommends keeping treats and extras to about 10% or less of daily calories. Merck Veterinary Manual. And honestly, that's good news, because it means you do not need to reinvent your dog's entire bowl to make a meaningful difference. You do not need a trendy feeding philosophy. You do not need to panic and throw out the kibble. What you can do is use a few safe kitchen staples with purpose. A little plain pumpkin when digestion is off. A few blueberries for antioxidant support. A cooked egg for protein and coat support. A small sardine for omega-3s. A spoonful of safe bone broth for hydration and comfort. These things work best when they are chosen for a reason, used in sensible amounts, and added on top of an already solid foundation. American Kennel Club. That is where practical wisdom matters. Not every healthy food is right for every dog. Age, size, weight, medications, allergies, kidney issues, stomach sensitivity, and calorie needs all change what is actually helpful. So the goal is not to copy a list blindly. The goal is to understand why you're adding something and how much your dog can realistically handle. When you know the reason behind the food, feeding becomes less random and more intentional. WSAVA. And maybe that's the deeper lesson in all of this. Better health is often built through small, thoughtful choices, repeated consistently. A smarter topper. A safer portion. A more informed decision. Those little choices may not look dramatic from the outside, but over time they can improve comfort, digestion, skin mobility, and quality of life in very real ways. So don't think of these foods as magic. Think of them as tools. And when you use the right tool in the right amount for the right dog, everyday food can become everyday care. If this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and share it with another dog lover. And in the comments, tell me which safe food topper has made the biggest difference for your dog.